Turquoise Talks, Reflections from Lindau, article by Davtyan, published on August 16, 2024 on EVN Report. Meeting a Nobel laureate is a thrilling experience for any student or young researcher. However, having the chance to encounter not one but 37 laureates at the same time is almost unimaginable, unless one is at the Lindau Nobel Laureate Meetings. This prestigious event brings together over 30 Nobel laureates and more than 600 young scientists from across the world each year. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and the only way to participate a second time is by winning a Nobel Prize. Professor Morten Meldal, who participated in a Lindau meeting in 1986 as a young scientist, returned later after receiving the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2022. While the chances of returning as a laureate are slim, what makes these meetings so special for young scientists to participate at least once? And why can't those of us who participated stop talking about it? Journey to Lindau. Starting a career as a young scientist is challenging, even more so if you are from a place with limited resources. Coming from countries with financial constraints and a lack of institutional support pose significant obstacles for students and researchers, and breaking into the global scientific community can be even tougher. Prestigious events like this offer a rare opportunity to connect with leading experts, gain fresh insights, and find the inspiration that can make a real difference in your research journey. Lindau, a beautiful island on Lake Constance in southern Germany, hosts these remarkable meetings every year. Established in 1951, the Lindau meetings were initially set up to foster international and cross-cultural scientific dialogue in the wake of World War II. What started as a gathering exclusively for Nobel laureates began including students in 1953, gradually evolving into a vibrant international event with participants from around the globe. Young scientists are typically nominated to attend by academic partners of the Lindau meetings, which are responsible for issuing the call in their respective countries and institutions, and selecting the nominees. If there are no academic partners in the given country, students have an opportunity to apply via open call. As a PhD student in biology in Sweden, I was fortunate to be nominated by the Swedish Royal Academy of Sciences. Reflecting on my time at Lindau, I can't emphasize enough how transformative the experience was for me. It stands out as one of the highlights of my research career, and Armenian students who may think such opportunities are out of reach should not be disheartened. When I was at Yerevan State University, financial limitations made attending conferences like this seem like a distant dream, despite my passion for physics and strong academic performance. I hope my experience at the 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting, Lino 24, underscores the value of pursuing such opportunities and highlights the critical role of institutional support and backing from organizations. From apprehension to inspiration. Initially nervous about the meeting, I soon found the atmosphere relaxed as young scientists and Nobel laureates engaged in discussions. The Nobel laureates wore turquoise badge lanyards, which made them easily identifiable. Despite my initial apprehension, they were very approachable and engaging. One of the key components of the meeting was the open exchange formats, unrecorded sessions where Nobel laureates answered both scientific and personal questions. These sessions were particularly valuable because they provided insight into the person behind the discovery, their challenges, and motivations. Another unique aspect was having lunch with a Nobel laureate and a small group of young researchers. I had the chance to talk to George Smoot, a cosmologist and an avid fan of the TV show Big Bang Theory, who even appeared in an episode. Many of the most impactful conversations occurred informally, during breaks, meals, and boat rides, where discussions ranged from molecular physics to craft beer, music to cosmos, often in unexpected settings like Texan line dancing or Bavarian beer outings. Beyond the lab, communication and societal impact. Science often unfolds behind closed doors. It is primarily focused on answering questions about the natural world and driving technological advancements, with less attention given to social implications. Some researchers might treat their work as isolated, while almost every single scientific advancement has profound social implications. What surprised me at Lindau was the societal awareness by both the laureates and young scientists, encouraging a broader perspective on the role of physics in modern society. From discussions about climate change and the implications of AI to developing scientific outreach tools, these topics sparked lively debates. On the last day of the conference on Minot Island, a short boat ride away, 30 Nobel laureates in physics and chemistry signed the Minot Declaration 2024 on nuclear weapons, warning of the significant danger posed by nuclear weapons in a fragmented world and urging global leaders and citizens to act to prevent their use. The first declaration was issued in 1955, and in 2015, a declaration on climate change was signed. It was a chilling, unforgettable experience to witness such a historical event and to engage in subsequent discussions about these critical implications. The conversations between scientists from different generations, nationalities, and cultures are truly eye-opening and provoke deep reflection on what it means to be a scientist, to take responsibility, and to care. Sitting on the grass on the flower-filled island of Minot next to David Gross, the father of quantum chromodynamics, and discussing topics like war, peace, and my experience during the Artsakh War was not something I anticipated for 2024. For those of us coming from geopolitically complex regions like Armenia, discussing the ethical implications and societal responsibilities of science is crucial for addressing societal challenges. Science solved many challenges, but also created many. Science satisfies our curiosity, but it's also a powerful tool for solving real-world problems, particularly in post-war contexts. This applies to scientific outreach as well. While it may not always be fully appreciated by research institutions or the general public, conveying core scientific findings and educating beyond universities and schools is vital to maintaining trust in science, especially when addressing global issues like climate change that affect us all. A key takeaway from Lindau was the critical role of outreach, something I've always valued. Effective communication of research to the public is vital, because keeping science isolated fuels conspiracies and pseudoscience. The COVID-19 pandemic underscored the dangers of misinformation and the need for scientists to engage with the community. In Armenia, where pseudoscience is growing, this engagement is even more crucial. As scientific journalism in Armenia begins to develop, initiatives like Gituj are making strides, but researchers must remember that outreach is both a dialogue and a shared responsibility. The Lindau meeting profoundly inspired me as a science communicator, especially after hearing Saul Perlmutter, the 2011 Nobel Laureate in Physics, discuss how science can save the world, not just through discoveries but by fostering scientific thinking. In a world teetering between disaster and unprecedented opportunity, nurturing this approach to problem-solving is crucial. For Armenian society, where skepticism and misinformation often cloud scientific understanding, promoting this way of thinking is especially important. By sharing the mindset of inquiry and critical analysis with our students, friends, and the general public, we can help build a stronger foundation for informed decision-making. This isn't just about advancing science. It's about equipping our community with the tools to navigate complex challenges, bridge divides, and foster a culture of innovation and resilience. Building networks for career growth and lasting inspiration. Conferences are one of the main driving forces of science. We share our research, get to know fellow researchers, open our work to criticism, and, of course, travel the world, widening our scientific and general worldview. These conferences, large or small, produce intangible benefits, such as inspiration and motivation. Thus, building connections with global peers and mentors is essential for young scientists, particularly those from regions with limited access to international networks. While academic merit is the foundation of success, having access to a broader network can open doors that might otherwise remain closed. While most conferences I've attended focused on my specific research area, Lino 24 was different. The event was special not only for the chance to meet Nobel laureates, but also for connecting with fellow researchers who share similar passions, struggles, and dreams. These peers, committed to both their science and its broader impact, provided invaluable support and inspiration. The relationships I built at Lino 24 went beyond professional networking. They reignited my motivation and emphasized the importance of science communication. At Lino 24, I not only shared my research and learned about others' groundbreaking work, but also formed connections with like-minded individuals passionate about science. These interactions are crucial for maintaining motivation, especially given the challenges and frustrations that come with a scientific career. Having experienced distrust and a lack of appreciation for science in Armenia, I believe such international exposure and support are vital for young researchers from Armenia, to advance their careers and sustain their enthusiasm. Insights across disciplines. While Lino 24 featured standard events, it was unique because the participants came from a diverse array of disciplines, and since it was a relatively gathering, cross-disciplinary communication was feasible. The discussion spanned a wide range of subjects, including structural biology, cosmology, quantum computing, AI, energy, and climate change. As a biophysicist, I found it incredibly exciting to attend lectures on cosmology and quantum computing, subjects rarely covered at the conferences. Scientific breakthroughs often arise from insights gained in seemingly unrelated disciplines. For instance, the structure of DNA was uncovered using X-ray crystallography, and brain science has progressed with EEG technology, a product of electrical engineering. Artificial neural networks, central to modern technology, draw inspiration from actual neurons. Even in my own work, studying light from tiny biological molecules like proteins and DNA, I employ methods developed in astronomy to detect distant stars. This pattern of interdisciplinary influence is vast and underscores the importance of cross-disciplinary engagement. Embracing this interdisciplinary approach inspired me to think more broadly, creatively, and boldly. I am confident that other young researchers from Armenia would also greatly benefit from such exposure and inspiration. The key to success. Lessons from the front lines of science. Science is as much about failures as it is about success. Conducting research can be incredibly discouraging when experiments don't work or theories don't lead where you expect them to go. For example, Stephen Hell, who received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2014 for super-resolution microscopy, struggled for years to convince others of his idea and to secure funding. Persistence, curiosity, and courage. That's what everyone at the meeting had in common. During the opening session, Stephen Chu, a Nobel laureate in physics in 1997 and a former U.S. Secretary of Energy, mentioned that you have to look under every rock and sometimes you'll find something important. One must be curious enough to want to turn those stones and persistent enough to keep going even when results are elusive. There's also an element of luck, as many acknowledged. Sometimes you turn all the rocks and find nothing underneath. But what everyone agreed on is that it's not just the final success that matters. It's the satisfaction of answering those tough questions. It takes a lot of courage to venture into the unknown, to stand up against challenges, or just to believe in yourself. These aren't lessons you learn at university, but they are ones you can certainly pick up along the way. The opportunity to meet and learn from Nobel laureates, connect with peers across disciplines, and explore diverse perspectives was not just inspiring, it was life-changing. For me, and many like me, these moments of connection and discovery are crucial lifelines, especially when faced with the challenges of limited resources and local skepticism. While I got to have my experience thanks to the Swedish Royal Academy of Sciences and my education here, many young Armenian scientists and students might lack the opportunity due to the competitiveness of the open calls. These and similar meetings and conferences not only provide valuable career advancement opportunities, networking, and motivation, but they also offer a broader perspective on the social, ethical, and public implications of scientific work. When returning to their home institutions, these young researchers bring back a wealth of knowledge and motivation. Supporting access to such life-changing experiences not only enhances the careers of researchers, but also fosters the growth of knowledge and engagement for the whole community. My joy and growth experienced at the Lindau meetings were deeply transformative and inspiring. It is with this sentiment that I hope for other young Armenian researchers to have the chance to experience the same life-changing journey.